Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Yesterday, Governor Paul Otuma hosted William Samoei Arap Ruto, the fifth president of the Republic of Kenya, in Busia County. If you ask me, that move by Otuoma is actually an act of betrayal on the part of Raila Odinga. And the question which I asked myself, why would Otuma betray Raila Odinga by hosting William Samoei Arap Ruto? That is what I want to explain to you guys on this particular platform. Because I know and understand so well that Otuma hosting William Ruto is not a sin. It's not a crime. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the Governor Otuma hosting William Ruto in Busia. But this is a man who, number one, has never hosted Raila Odinga in Busia since he became the governor. As a matter of fact, Otuma has been avoiding Raila Odinga since he was sworn into office.
Otuoma ni governor wa Busia, Ruto ni president wa Kenya, esabi andaha sio sibiro bi mudakha. Ebi mirimo. Ese aza nusu no la kunepanga. Kulukudirana. Lakini sai paka uhore bandu befe mirimo. Barabara ya Busia inoni highway. Nda interese ndiye double carriage we ni mbola mbesi nyo holende serikali. Ni nyo bahoire bahole barabara.
Number two, Raila Odinga has been pushing for mandamanos, which probably Otuma is against. Otuma has never participated in those mandamanos. And again, Otuma, as the governor of Busia County, is actually doing absolutely nothing to promote either Azimio or ODM as a political party. Otuma was a very close or is a very close associate of Raila Odinga. For those who follow the politics of this country, ahead of 2022 election, Otuma was so close to Raila and Uhuru Kenyatta to an extent that he would even host these two gentlemen in some highly secretive meetings. So it was never expected that Otuma, after assuming office, would ignore Raila Odinga but invite William Samoei Arap Ruto. I want to play for you guys this short clip of Otuma, because this is a gentleman who has never invited Raila Odinga, but here he's busy rallying his countrymen to attend William Ruto's function.
Wacha pia nichukue nafasi hii kumwalika Mheshimiwa Rais Dr. William Samoei Ruto na Wakenya wote ambao wataandamana naye na hata wale ambao wanataka kuja tuombe pamoja siku ya Jumapili hapa Busia. Mnakaribishwa nyote hapa Busia Stadium. Na Mwenyezi Mungu awabariki na wajalie neema. Katika katiba inasema hizi serikali mbili, they are independent but again interdependent. So tunataka.
And personally, I cannot understand why Otuma of all the people would do this to Raila Odinga. But I have several reasons. If you look at Otuma as an individual, Raila Odinga made him a cabinet minister. He was the minister for sports and youth affairs, I think, sometimes back. At some point, he was the vice chairperson of ODM party. In fact, Otuma was first elected in 2007 as a member of parliament in Funyola. He was re-elected again in 2013. And then in 2017, he decided to contest for the governor. Of course, Raila Odinga preferred Ojamong. Probably that can explain why he's trying now to betray Raila Odinga. But between Otuma and Raila, who has a say in Busia politics? That is also very, very important, and it can explain to us why Otuma is now trying to work very closely with William Ruto. For us to understand that, let us just try and analyze the 2022 presidential results and the gubernatorial results. In the gubernatorial results, Otuma garnered 164,000 votes against Sakwa Munyasa of ANC party, who garnered 92,000 votes. On the other side, Raila Odinga garnered 226,000 votes against William Ruto's 48,000 votes. Which means, if you look at it, there are people who supported Ojamong or who are supporting Ojamong, but these guys decided not to vote for Otuma. And there are many people who support Raila Odinga, who voted for Raila Odinga, but for Otuma, they said no. So if I were to go by this analysis of the results, for example, if I were Otuma, I would try so hard to lean towards Raila Odinga. But why is it that he's not leaning towards Raila Odinga moving forward? That is what I want us to do. Before we do those, in case you're watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. But let us get back to the main issue. Why do you think Paul Otuma would host William Ruto but avoid Raila Odinga? I want to take you to Mombasa. In Mombasa, the governor, Abdul Swamad Nasir, has been hosting William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua. But he's always at the forefront in hosting Raila Odinga and even receiving Raila Odinga when Raila Odinga is in Mombasa. Why do you think Otuma would not do that? Because if I were Otuma, I'd work with the central government, but still play local politics. For me, Otuma is doing this because, number one, William Ruto's charm offensive. William Ruto is one gentleman who is reaching out to some of these leaders. I might not be privy to what they have discussed, but I'm 100% sure that during the time Paul Otuma was facing that petition in court, he leaned towards William Ruto because he feared that his election probably was going to be nullified. And in case the election was going to be nullified, probably with William Ruto now as the president, he would not get or garner the kind of votes he garnered in the last election. So he feared. And William Ruto probably used that to convince him to support his government. In fact, that's exactly what William Ruto used on Jicho Pevu in 2017. In 2017, Jicho Pevu was contesting in Nyali on ODM ticket. ODM rigged him out. He went and contested as an independent candidate. He won. Then Saido, who is Joho's cousin or something, petitioned the win. Then he felt, why would these guys petition this? Why would Raila Odinga not intervene? William Ruto saw opportunity there. And that's how William Ruto intervened, because he was broke already. William Ruto paid for the lawyers. And up to now, he's currently one of the key pillars in UDA party. Otuoma is a victim of those William Ruto's charm offensive. So for me, William Ruto is doing a fantastic job in reaching out for this case. I don't know what Raila Odinga is actually doing in his attempt to consolidate Busia, because Busia is critical for Raila Odinga. Number two, I'm also trying to imagine that probably Otuma is doing this because of 2027 politics. There's this group of politicians from Western Kenya, or the Luhya nation, who believes very strongly that William Ruto is going to leave the presidency to none other than Musalia Mudavadi. And that's something they've been selling. And they believe that Mudavadi is going to be a factor. And therefore, the Luhya nation will lean towards Musalia Mudavadi in 2027. For Mudavadi, he's scheming for 2032. But they hope that Ruto can actually make Mudavadi a running mate, and that Mudavadi is going to be a factor. Let me know, do you think Musalia Mudavadi can be a factor, especially in Busia County, even if Mudavadi were to be made William Ruto's running mate? I don't think, because even when Musalia Mudavadi was a presidential candidate in 2013, Busia never voted for him. But I tend to think that is what Otuma is actually banking on. They hope that Musalia Mudavadi is going to be a factor, and therefore the Luhya factor in Busia is going to favor him. Number three, which I think is good politics for Ruto, is that Otuma is falling for William Ruto's strategy for 2023. And William Ruto's strategy for 2027 is simple. He has realized that the mountain might be slipping a bit, but he's seen opportunity in Western Kenya and in the coastal region. So he hopes to eat into the coastal region and the Luhya nation. That is William Ruto's strategy. And, for Ruto, as long as he becomes the president, he won't care whether Otuma is re-elected or not, as long as he achieves his objective. So for Ruto, everything is right for him. He wants to ensure that he eats into Raila Odinga's strongholds. How can that be made possible? Simple. Work with the governor, because Raila Odinga's politics normally revolves around governors. Work with the governor. That will limit Raila Odinga's movement in Busia, for example. I'm certain if Ojamong and Raila, if not Ojamong, sorry, if Otuma and Raila were working very closely right now, rest assured that Raila Odinga would have been in Busia or to Busia several times. Even the event yesterday where Ruto was launching that market, probably Raila Odinga would have been the one to launch that market. So Ruto has realized that Raila Odinga's politics is pegged around the governors. So he's working with these governors. In Kisii, Arati is working with Ruto and is not making it possible for Raila Odinga to go to Kisii. In Busia, he now has the governor there, which makes it very difficult for Raila Odinga to go there. He's also working in Mombasa with the governor, Abdul Swamad, makes it very difficult for Raila Odinga to go down there, because the governor, instead of inviting Raila Odinga, he consolidates those projects and have either Rigathi or William Ruto launch them. So for me, Otuma is simply falling into William Ruto's strategy for 2027. And number 4, which is an excuse, is the development. You know, most of these governors have their own allocation, but they normally say that the national government and central government, and county government work hand in hand to an extent that they can implement a project together. That if you don't work with the national government, the challenge you'll have is that you won't be able to get some development projects in your county. Some funds, you know, like Arati, the reason he was working with the Ruto, which he explained, was that he had these investors who wanted to invest, was it in university or hospital, running into billions. And for those investors to be allowed, he had to work with the national government. He had to involve the Ministry of Education, probably the Ministry of Health. And that's how he ended up meeting with Ruto to discuss all these things. So this development theory, for me, it's neither here nor there. And lastly, I also tend to think that Otuma never forgave Raila Odinga in 2017, when Raila Odinga opted to support Ojamong instead of himself. So this is now the right time for him to repay back. He's telling Raila Odinga that I'm now the governor. There is nothing you can do. Yeah? And I'm going to work with Ruto. There's nothing you can do. I don't know what you think, but that's my take. Thank you guys, and may you have a good day. And by the way, what's your take on Busia Senator Omtata's message to William Ruto yesterday? Thank you guys, and may you have a good day. Bye-bye.